The RIDE program operates on a purpose-built software platform which is web-based and needs an internet connection on a computer, tablet or phone to work. Whenever you're using the RIDE system, you will need to log in. This is done by going to www.ride.org.au and clicking on the login button at the top of the web page. You will need to enter your email address and your password. Once you've logged in, you will arrive at your homepage, which keeps track of how many sessions you've completed, as well as allowing you to perform a number of functions. Under the Book and Manage Sessions tab, you'll be able to access the calendars linked to each RIDE vehicle. You'll now be in the RIDE calendar for that particular vehicle. On this page, you'll see this month's calendar with the currently viewed date highlighted with a blue circle. Days where there are available sessions are shown with a green circle. Days where you have already indicated your availability will have a black dot below the date. You can use the blue month arrows to navigate to future months. Click on a particular date and, dependent on your screen size, sessions where that vehicle is available will be shown on the right or below the calendar. To make yourself available for one of these RIDE sessions, you simply click on an available time slot and confirm that you wish to book this session. Any of your sessions booked by clients will be highlighted in yellow. When a client books one of your sessions, you will receive a notification via text message and email. If unforeseen events mean that you can't make it to a session even after it was due to commence, just log in and cancel it. This is done by navigating to the session in the calendar and simply clicking on it again to confirm you would like to delete it. The RIDE software will handle the rest, including informing and reimbursing your client. To view your booked sessions, click the Upcoming Sessions tab. You can review the driving notes for the client booked for an upcoming session as early as 7:30 p.m. the previous night. These notes are written by mentors who have undertaken previous sessions with that particular client and offer some insights into their strengths and weaknesses behind the wheel. Further down the page, these notes are followed by a list of driving skills and the client's competency as assessed by previous mentors. On the day of your RIDE session, there are some processes to undertake before you head out on the road. If, after checking in with the shopfront staff, there is no client present by the time the session is due to start, you may need to click the No Show button. This will send an automated email to the client's support worker for follow-up. The system asks that you wait for at least 15 minutes before this button can be activated to allow for unforeseen hold-ups. You may choose to remain at the RIDE shopfront for as long as you wish, and a partial session may be conducted in the remainder of the allocated session time if the client eventually arrives. However, all sessions will need to conclude at their original scheduled time. On rare occasions when your booked client arrives for their session, you may informally assess that they are unfit to drive. This may be due to unsettling behaviour, mannerisms or demeanour. It is suggested that you don't confront them about your concerns, but simply let them know that you are unable to conduct the session. You would then click the Mark as Unfit button and the session would be cancelled. As the session has been cancelled, the client is automatically refunded their credit code. The system will then send you to a support notes page where it asks for some brief feedback about the reason for the cancellation so the client's support worker can follow up. If you have concerns with being partnered with a particular client in future sessions, speak to the volunteer coordinator. They'll be able to create a software rule whereby the client will not be able to see your availability on the calendar in future. Sessions must only be undertaken when the client has their learner's permit in their possession. This is a legal requirement. Mentors must view the client's learner's permit and click the Learner's Permit Viewed button. If a client arrives without a learner's permit, your only option is to click the No Learner's Permit button and the session will be cancelled. The client will, however, receive a refunded credit code. If a client forgets to bring their logbook, the session may still be undertaken as it is not a legal requirement. Upon reaching the vehicle, the software asks for a basic visual inspection of the vehicle with extra attention paid to safety issues such as tyres and lights. Existing damage will already be listed, but if there is new damage to report, fill out the Report New Damage field. If reporting new damage, you'll be asked if the vehicle is still roadworthy. If you deem the vehicle to be unroadworthy, click the appropriate button and the session will be cancelled, with the client receiving a refunded credit code. In this situation, or if you are unsure about the vehicle's roadworthiness, ask a staff member at the ride shop front. Upon saving the details of any damage or declaring nothing new to report, you will be prompted to start the session. You will be presented with a screen which is similar to the one seen in the previously reviewed driving notes, which offers some guidance as to areas requiring more practice. These modules are only designed as a guide, and a more free-flowing approach may better suit your style and that of the client. The level of competency in each skill area may be changed by mentors as the client's skills improve. In the unlikely event that conflict develops in the relationship between mentor and client to the point where the session cannot continue, click the Client Incident button. You'll be guided through the appropriate actions to take via a logic map. If the vehicle is involved in an accident or suffers a breakdown, click the Vehicle Accident or Breakdown button and you'll be presented with a similar logic map with some fields pre-filled. If unsure, each ride vehicle carries a printed list of contact numbers of various personnel who can assist and copies of the incident and accident logic maps. A countdown timer will remain floating at the top of the screen throughout the session to enable you to plan to return to the shop front before the end of the allocated time. When the session is complete, click the Save and End Session button. If the session runs to the end of the allocated time, it will automatically conclude. Once the session has finished, the system will provide you with a summary of the session's duration. After you've filled out their logbook, the client can depart and you may click the Complete Driving and Case Notes button to move to the post-session notes page. In the driving notes field, you are required to provide some brief details regarding the skills and competencies demonstrated by the client during the session. These notes are to provide future mentors with some advanced knowledge of the client's driving skills and areas which may need more practice. The Case Notes field should only be used when clients have made disclosures or demonstrated behaviours of serious concern. In these situations, the client support worker will be contacted in order to provide intervention. If there is nothing of serious concern to report, please leave this section blank. Once the Save Notes button is clicked, you'll be asked to declare whether the driving notes you're submitting contain information suggesting significant concerns over the client's safety or driving ability. If the answer is yes, then a notification will be sent to the Program Manager for follow-up. If you weren't able to complete the driving notes section immediately after the session, you will be able to submit them via the Upcoming Sessions page by clicking the Complete Notes button. If you'd like to submit feedback about any operational aspects of the RIDE program, navigate to the Feedback tab. If you have any questions regarding the use of the RIDE software, speak to your volunteer coordinator.